How in a day? What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Nessa, baby.
What's up, my people? It's your boy, OD, Dr. Dem. You already know.
And this is Justin with the Dims.
Justin with the Dims, y'all.
We're back. Alright, episode 7. So this gist, I'm about to switch it up, my Nigerian accent in and out, because we're talking about cultural differences between the US and Niger. Or Africa, but Nigeria specifically, because we are Nigerian.
I guess this topic is what switching up the accent for, right?
Oh yes. It's about to be real good.
All right.
Alright. So this just basically came about from this clip that's circling around about, just gives a little bit of gist, but I'm going to play it about the African mother-in-law insulting the daughter-in-law for something she did. So let's play it. Let's just play it so that you guys can hear it.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you know you want to marry my son, you are supposed to respect me.
Mom, can you?
No! Leave me alone!
What's your problem?
Stop it!
Wait, Mom. Listen to me!
I don't want this!
Mom, listen. Mom, you just right now broke her heart.
She broke my heart too! Leave me alone!
Any other day.
Leave me alone! Don't be a whip for a woman!
Yeah. So after hearing that, I feel like she's doing the most. Like, okay, I understand the respect part to take on the elders' plate. That's
correct, right?
That's of course that's respect. We're taught that. I think it's not even just an African thing. I think it's just in general. Like, I feel like every culture you supposed to have that kind of respect.
Yeah.
But I feel like she's doing too much. She's doing too much over dramatic with it. Like, relax.
I mean,
like you want to kill somebody else because of that. That has to be something else underlining that girl has done to her. It can tell, because this can't just because of the plate thing. Come on.
Or most of the time, it actually comes from the fact that the mom or the dad wasn't in agreement with that relationship in the first instance.
Yes.
So usually there's already tension that's already building, and everything is a reason to argue or to fight or like to call names and stuff. So I've kind of, we kind of know this already. Like, there's always those situations, but I'm pretty sure from that clip, like, it was quite obvious that the mom already had like a pre-existing dislike for the woman.
I didn't like the girl at all.
But she probably, maybe the other part of it is that she might have not really voiced it in the past, so she was bottling it up because
and just blew up.
Yeah, because sometimes I feel like
it's
nice to know a parent that already from the day one has taken a stand that, you know what, I am not in agreement with this relationship from the jump.
Yeah.
Made that clear to the daughter or to the son, irrespective. And so that way everybody knows where they stand and like kind of tread safe. But the one that kind of is a little bit off to me is where you let it go and then, you're bottling it in yourself, like kind of feeling some kind of way about the relationship. First of all, it's not your relationship, this is your son's relationship.
But then
you
again,
can assert yourself as a parent to an extent, but there's a line you shouldn't really cross. The girl you're talking about, or the other side, like for example in that clip, the girl we're talking about, she also comes from a family and she has probably parents. So, you have to let every parent do their own job, right? I have to kind of know the line I'm not going to cross.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but some mothers don't know when to not stay in their place, but to not cross that boundary. Like, especially if that's their only son. I'm thinking from that, I don't know, I don't watch the show, but it looks like that could be her only son.
That's possible.
So mothers and only sons, there's some certain kind of bond that, the mom feels because she's gonna fight anybody. for her precious son.
She's
not gonna let anybody else come to her precious son.
I have to be honest with you.
Or the first son too.
I have to be honest with you. Like, that's the typical character of African parents, right? I don't even feel like it has anything to do with single son or not son, but we're just proud people about family
that
to some extent. Even when we don't really care about the child as much, we're just proud of them anyway. And some of us, I think some of these parents, like, they are probably they find it hard to show it. But in some ways, like, this is how that woman is behaving. That's how we're showing her own love, that she cares.
That's true.
And it's probably not the best way to express it, but that's the only way they understand to do it. And it takes
Yeah,
everybody
she could have done
around
it in
them.
a better way.
Yeah, it takes everybody around them to kind of
good.
understand that this is how they show their own love in a way. I was listening to some comments somebody made, I think online somewhere, and basically it's kind of related if you think about it. Basically what he was saying is that we as a society, we have been wired to think that the people that love us are the people that make us feel at home. Right?
Yeah.
And on the
that you
flip
feel
side,
more comfortable with.
yeah, and on the flip side, he's someone that's pushing you to do better because the person feels you can do better.
Yeah.
But you see the person as a problem because they are not necessarily saying sweet stuff to your ears to appease you. The reason I kind of bring that up is because, like, in terms of parenting, right? Like this thing she just did now. I mean, it depends on the kind of son she has. I mean, that really put some dent in that relationship because I don't know whether there's a way to come back from that.
Some people are saying she better just run. She better leave that and she does run.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah, talking about. I'm just even talking about like the dynamics of the relationship across these people now, these families going forward.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's really not going to be a lot of.
I feel like
it takes a lot.
It looks like
to
from the outside looking in, it looks like that relationship is gonna go through if they continue to just go ahead with, I don't know if they are actually married or they're engaged, but if they continue to go on with the wedding and get married, it's gonna be constant tension and bickering and stress, drama, wahala,
I feel like that's probably going to be the story. In some cases, like, I feel like certain families, that's just how they thrive, and that's just their way, and they kind of live through it, and they keep on,
Well, anyway, let's move on to talk about. Since we're talking about family stuff, let's talk about like family and community values. The U.S. compared to Nigeria, like, for example, okay, so here, kids from 18, you can move out and just be on your own, do your thing. But in Nigeria, like, you are staying in the house till you get married. You can't just leave. You can't just be like, oh, I'm 18, I'm grown, I'm leaving, I'm out, You can't do that. You have to, at least the only way you can actually do that is, let's say you go do your master's, you're doing some kind of internship,
so
something like that.
I think this is how I see it, or this is how I say it. In Africa, let me say maybe in Nigeria, because I know Nigeria.
And they still look at you, parents, as a child.
I don't think it's even.
Too.
It's because I think it's more like even you can even pull it back a little bit and say it's like a societal thing. Nigeria as a country, like, we're not designed like America, right? So for us in Nigeria, right? Yes, we don't have. For example, like, if you decide that you want to leave your dad's house at 18, practically you just finished. If you are fast, you just finished your secondary school.
Okay, so let's forget 18. Like, okay, so as soon as you finish, secondary school, the same thing here,
So that's what I'm saying. But if you look at how secondary school is like, basically, I don't remember anybody when I finished secondary school in Nigeria that went and got a job.
Yeah, that's the difference too. In terms of employment, is difficult to get that in Nigeria.
But for me, secondary school is equivalent to high school.
Secondary school is equivalent to high school. Yeah, it is. Yes,
so that's right. Yeah. So secondary school in Nigeria is equivalent to high school in America. That's what it is. And although at 18, you're not really doing. You don't have like a plan to like work in any organized type of like a career path. All you're just trying to do is just get some kind of job that gives you some financial buoyancy.
Yeah. Or even not even forget that. Even that, like, just say, let me take a 1 year break. In America, some people do that too. They don't go straight into college, or they just say, I just need a 1 year break to just, think about life.
I mean, that happens
what
after.
I want to do.
That happens after college.
Some people do that after high school.
Practically,
before they figure out if they want to go to college or not.
Well, that is true. But at that point, like, that if you're not going any further, the only thing you can literally do, even if it's a temporary or on a long-term basis, you can't do any organized career path type thing.
You can't try that in Nigeria.
Nigeria, you don't even have that because you know. For example, like what are the typical jobs people could take if you didn't really get a regular college degree? I mean, you can do healthcare, some kind of healthcare. You can do McDonald's, like fast food stores. But the thing is, in Nigeria, we don't even necessarily, like if you're working in a fast food place, the type of salary you get from a fast food place cannot enable you to survive. So you better stay with your parents and really get something set up, because that money is not going to make it. That money is money that you take and just go and buy new trousers and buy new shoes, not the kind of money that you have and have a rent and pay bills and deal with, like that's why I kind of feel like when it comes to that.
So speaking about respect. From that video, respecting elders in titles. So in Nigeria, we have to be like everybody's auntie, uncle, no first name basis. Good afternoon, auntie. Good afternoon, uncle. No first name basis like how they do the American culture.
Yeah.
If you try that one, like backhand slap, like even like in school, right? Like maybe when you're in grad school or undergrad.
I mean, you call
grad school
you
here.
Call your professors.
Professors. But some don't even want you. They say, "Oh, just call me by my name."
So I always run into like people that probably my professors, right, in school from college, and literally because of how much I still feel I need to respect them, I still at least call them yes sir.
So
that's the minimum for me personally. I feel like that's the minimum respect I can accord someone of that caliber.
Nigeria, man. That sir, ma, hey.
Yeah, that's
they take that thing high, like everywhere you go, sir. Ma.
I don't even know whether Americans are even aware whether you do that or not. I don't know whether they are aware, like it's something that they pay attention to. Whether it's like, because our own is like we're very, very vocal about, hey, don't greet.
You can't
we're
greet.
Very vocal, but they don't necessarily speak about it. So I don't even know whether it's like something they care about. Personally, I just know that it's not required.
I think maybe it depends on the place in the US too. In the South, they care more. Well, they don't care, but I believe that they do more like sir, ma'am.
Okay. They try to
address more proper and appropriately, respectfully.
I guess so. I've not really been in the South as much, so I might not know, but I agree with you if you say that.
I wanted to talk about this whole financial support, sending money back home. Like when you come here to America and you have to start sending money back home to Nigeria because now you're in America, so you're making that dollar. You have to support your uncles, aunties, cousins, sisters, cousins, second cousins, send money all the time back home.
I think I tend to respect.
That's the expectation.
I tend to respect people that are related to directly by blood. In that regards, like even though I think none of the people that are related to me by blood, like my real cousins and nephews, they are not like that. They don't have that asking, like they will not ask you. But for me, I feel like I need to anyway, just because if I have, I'll do, because I know it's not easy.
Yeah.
Understand? So even if you give something and it just helps you out a little bit, I will.
But what if you don't even relate to that extended family?
That's what I'm saying. You heard what I said. I said I'm related to the person by blood.
No, I mean not you're related. Yeah, you're related to the person, but like you don't relate. I mean, like you don't communicate with that relative like that. And they still asking you for money, like because you're abroad.
As I said, this is what my judgment is based on, right? Because everybody can have a different level of like entitlement, right? For me, I always associate with like my dad's brothers, family, any of my dad's brothers or my dad's sisters, or any of my mom's brothers or sisters, their kids. So those are the people that I personally consider. Like anything past that, where they start to tell me it was the one of my uncle who had, they start making it long. I don't know who you are. I'm sorry. So that's why I kind of differentiate like that. I don't have. So I accord a lot of respect to these ones that are very immediate.
Yeah.
Because those ones I feel like I know them well enough, and I feel like that's where I want my. So my point is that any of these ones that approach me for something, if they ever do, I'm happy to do something for them.
That's good. I mean, that's that's how we are raised,
Yeah.
and as Africans to take care of our extended family members, not just our nuclear family members. Always, compared to Americans, I feel like Americans mostly just care about their own nuclear family and that's it. Sometimes they don't even care to even. They don't even care. They don't take care of.
I think it depends on the kind of American.
Yeah, it depends on the American.
Like, it's kind of like
I'm not saying the
American
whole of Americans, but I'm just saying like maybe white Americans.
Okay, if you want to specify.
Some just prefer to just take care of their mom and dad and siblings probably, and that's it.
Yeah, personally.
Sometimes they don't care about their parents too. They'll be quick to put them in the old home. They don't.
Yeah, that's
like some of them, they don't care less.
Yeah.
That's the difference between us Africans. Us, we take care of our own. Like when it comes to our parents, so we don't play. We bring they're sick. They need help. We'll bring them. They come live with us. Take care of them. Make sure they're good. Have somebody taking care of them. You know.
I tell you, like it's not. I mean, the culture. That's why it's more like a cultural thing. We are very family oriented. Like even when we are not at peace with ourselves, we feel like we still need to be around each other. So I feel like culturally we are very different from like let's say white America in that way. But actually I can give other because there are different races in America when America is being described, so I mean, I think I've seen people like a very close knit family, that might be like Latino, and they are like American Latino, or they are Asian,
Hispanics,
Asian Americans, Indian Americans, Pakistani,
Italians, so they have that family in it too.
Those ones are very huge on that one for sure.
And Asians too. Some Asians too.
So I mean, there's a lot of like all those diverse, but I think I don't know. I've not. Maybe the big thing is like I've really not interacted with like real, like I don't have real white American friends like that. So maybe I don't know how their culture is. So that's another way to look at it.
Yeah, and then also when it comes to work-life balance, I feel like in Nigeria there's more of a work-life balance compared to America. Like in America,
oh yes,
like you have people working 10-5 jobs. They work till they can't see again.
So I was.
But in Nigeria, once it's time to close, clock out, boom, they're done. They see them chilling at the nightclub lounge, beer gardens, shopping and drinking. Like they don't play. Their enjoyment. We don't play.
after spending the amount of years I spent in America, and then I went back, I kind of realized something. There was a big change in terms of like culturally that I wasn't even aware of that was going on within myself. Basically, like when I came here, like I had to really, it wasn't enough for you just to be intelligent. You also have to hustle.
Yeah.
People think that you come to America and like, you just cross your leg and that's how life will just be very smooth. Like,
that's a lie.
It takes you to really pace yourself and start to like, because everything is different. You can't even hear how they speak sometimes. You have to be struggling with so many things. No, to be honest, it's not a joke. It sounds funny too.
I know.
It might sound funny to like, I'm like, it sounds funny to, and I'm, if you have been here and you don't understand that it's a change, right? So now culture shock, exactly. Then you're dealing with all that. I mean, and then when I went back to Nigeria again, I kind of realized how people are all very relaxed. It doesn't, like, you go to somebody's workplace and the person just come in, drop his bag in the morning, just walk out, have a gist in the corner with this other guy, walk to the other person's place there, pick up one file from one office over there, and then come take it to another office. While he's in the office, they're just talking about soccer for the next 3 hours. They're talking about soccer. Before you look at the thing, time is already at 3:30. The guy will carry that file, go back, sign one document in one place, stamp it, walk to another place. I'm just giving you an example of like how government people, like some of like the local government, how their work can be in a day, and that is one day's work done. Here, when you come to the office, like, see, I'm even fortunate to be in an office that even allows you to have like a cellular device.
You think maybe that's why that happened is because the pay is not as much, like you said, in government in Nigeria. That's why they just chill and be like, take it easy.
The pay is not a lot, but there's a lot of kickback. The pay is not a lot, but there's a lot of kickback. Because when you work in the local government, when you work in the local government, there's always a lot of you have a lot of access.
Yeah.
People come in there, somebody can just do you a favor, you're watching this, you watch this show now, this on Arrival. Your salary might not be a lot, you might not get a promotion in a long time, and your promotion might not even mean shit, right?
Yeah.
But still, you get somebody might just come in and give you 50k, someone might come in and give you 20k, so the kickback is a lot. So it actually amounts to something significant. That's one place where I can tell you, if you call it tip, tips are a lot. They can get huge tips. So my point is to say, you think that yes, they don't get a lot, but they do. My big point is just the culture. People don't necessarily go into the workplace with a mindset of like everything is they look for. People are more interested in resting. Nigeria's whole existence is built around chilling, relaxing, having a good time.
Chilling.
You work hard to enjoy yourself. You don't work hard to continue working hard.
Yes.
Some people are taking 10 jobs, living
and you cannot really even
multiple
relaxing and resting.
You can't even really relax and enjoy yourself and enjoy your money. Yes, people will come and see you living in a big house.
It's really sad.
But you as a person, you're not experiencing life. You're just continue that same struggle. And by the time you actually have a point where you say, okay, you know what, let me take a break and look around, because I'm probably approaching retirement age. At that point, you don't even have energy to do shit.
Yep.
You don't even have any energy. So it's okay, you spent all this time hustling just to make money that you can't use. So sometimes that's why the truth is you have to enjoy the hustle and enjoy the process of the hustle and have fun while doing it.
Yeah.
so that it can make sense.
That is true. That's true. I mean, we didn't even go too in deep about how in America, when you come to America, Nigeria, the main careers need to do is doctor, lawyer, engineer.
Yeah, that one. I'm telling you.
We don't have enough time for that, but
no. Let's talk about it. Okay. I can actually discuss it for a little bit. I mean that's understood. That's
oh yeah, doctor, engineer, nothing else.
You are not considered a success. I mean, and let me not lie to you, that probably is not my own motivation for really going to school anyway. But you are not necessarily considered a success by boomer parents, right?
Yes.
If at least, maybe not only boomer parents, but boomer African parents, right? You're not considered a success if you, first of all, don't get to the top of the career, whatever career that you're doing.
First of all, you be in the top of your class. First A.
Yeah, you have to always be on the top of everything.
A level, something A levels. Yes.
See, anything you do, you have to be the number one.
Yes, you have to be number one. No, not two. Number one.
In fact, you can't even draw for number one position with somebody else. It can't be a tie between you and somebody in number one position. It has to be you alone in that number one position for it to count.
Does the person have two heads? Why did you call number one?
My father will tell you, see, look at you. My father, the one that used to annoy me that one self was the one where my dad will start comparing you with one person that probably is your guy, and you know how that idiot is living somewhere. You know that this guy is a non-entity, but your father is here in your own house, clueless about the real situation. I'm using that guy as an example for you.
I hate that. That's one thing I feel like.
You see how
some things that need to be left behind. It's African culture.
Doing so well. He's a model child. You should learn from Jacob. I'm looking at my father with bad eye like this. I'm looking at Jacob in my brain. Thinking of how to wound that guy when I see him, because I know say Jacob they mess up. But anyway, that's how it is, man. Culturally, you have to just learn to die. I
don't think it's only African culture. I feel like every culture has it too, like Asian culture.
I think those things actually build character. These are the things I love about.
Yeah, it definitely builds character.
Definitely helps build character because, I think we just have the reasons why a lot of times when you hear people speak so highly about, or you say women are like, oh, women from other countries are like, oh, we love Nigerian men. There's a reason. There's a kind of ingredients.
Or when people say if you go somewhere and you don't see a Nigerian, then there's a problem. That's a very good thing.
But that's the truth. There's a kind of ingredient. I kind of call it but it's attributes, right? That makes Nigerians be the way they are when they are outside of Nigeria. because we are just equipped naturally, just by the way that we are trained. So we are kind of well equipped for just knowing how to interact with people under different situations and settings.
And we're also good at being the best in any place we go.
That's true too.
People know us.
But you see, the thing is, like, I think this is also like sometimes people don't understand it. Like they think it's like a thing of arrogance. Even though I know there are some Nigerians that are really arrogant, but it's like not every Nigerian is really arrogant. Most of us are just, we state the thing the way it is.
Yes, exactly.
We don't know how to bend to people, right? If this is what we are, this is what we are. We are not going to change or act for you. So we are unapologetically Nigerian.
Exactly.
This is it. We don't.
Nigeria love is the best.
Ghanaian,
we win the battle.
Just wait and see what the comments of your Ghanaian friends will be. I don't have too many Ghanaian friends, but
I have a lot of Ghanaian friends.
Much
We
love
still
to our Ghanaian brothers.
argue back and forth with that. But it's all love. It's all love.
Yeah, I mean, like, it is what it is, man.
It's love.
The reality
One
is,
Africa.
of course, has to be one Africa. How can Africa move forward if we don't do it one Africa? I tell you that's actually one big flaw that we have as Africans. We fight within ourselves. Ghana, I think it's just a friendly rivalry.
Yeah,
right.
Ghana,
that's why I feel about the
Mm.
Ghanaian. But there's a lot of other countries that I just feel like they really have like a proper rivalry towards Nigerians. South Africans for one. The Ethiopians and Eritreans for Habesha community, as they call them. Those people, I just feel like it's uncalled for, but I understand the reasons. But I mean that's a subject for another day.
Yep. Well, this was a good, nice gist. Okay, we've come to the end.
Gists are always sweet now.
We said a lot we had to talk about, but we will leave them for another time.
We go leave them where it day. We go catch them then later.
Yes. Please let us know what you enjoyed in this episode. Leave a comment. Engage with us. We
have been telling them since now.
We want to hear your thoughts,
they think
your
we are joking.
Opinions. Don't be scared.
We don't bite.
I was about to say that we don't bite. We are Nigerians. We are loving, friendly. I feel like that's one thing about us Nigerians. We're very friendly, open.
But we are straightforward.
And we're straightforward. So tell like it is. Don't take nonsense. But but we're very friendly, very welcoming.
We are genuine and we actually look for the good of others too as well.
Yes. Okay then, don't forget to subscribe, follow, so you get the notifications when we drop every Tuesday. And follow us on Instagram, Justin with the Dims. Interact with us on there. Alright then, anything else you want to say before we
I have
close?
nothing to say really. All I want to say is thank you all for being a part of this project. I'll call it a project. We'll see where it takes us to. We're doing it for fun, and I think we're enjoying it, right?
Oh yes, of course. Having a great time.
That's really what matters the most to me. And I feel like just being able to do this is kind of like really refreshing for me. So let's keep it going.
Yes. Till next time. Be easy.
It's Justin with the Dims, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.